This episode is brought to you by Penn. Let the battle begin. Mo Tackle. For Australia's cheapest fishing tackle, visit motackle.com.au. Strike Pro. Strike Pro lures, casting into the future. Hella Marine. Vision and innovation. And Berkeley. Catch more fish. Well, g'day, welcome to Fishing Trip. I'm Jason Kennedy and welcome to the little sleepy town of Hastings here, right on the fringe of Western Port in the great state of Vic. I'm teaming up with this bloke who's backing in right behind me. This is Matt the Genie Sini from Real Time Fishing. Now, we've got two weapons on tonight's show. We're going to show you the diversity of the bay. One for the King George whiting and of course one for the mighty gummy. Come along as I stop the bus with the Maltese wonder, the Genie Sini, Real Time Fishing.
Look out, watch, just wait and see. If you like fishing, then come with me, yeah. Forget about the weather, let it rain on me. If you like fishing, then come with me, yeah. On the river, the bay, the lake, the sea. If you like fishing, then come with me, yeah. I said if you like fishing, then come with me. If you like fishing, then come with me. If you like fishing, then come with me.
Now, this is the Shakespeare Ugly Stick, and they brag that it's the world's toughest rod. Well, let's test it out here in this 24 metres of water here in Western Port. Now, they've just sent me these down. These are the Penn spin fishers, and I've loaded that up with 30-pound Fireline Exceed braid. See that white stuff on the reel? That's braided fishing line, and the reason why I choose this particular Fireline Exceed now, it is 3 times thinner than most braids on the market, and Western Port has got a very strong volume of water running when it's high tide or even low tide, so the less pressure on the line, the less weight I can use. That's about 12 ounces of lead, and I've got 60-pound Berkeley Vanish shocker and leader coming too, the most important bit, an 8.0 owner circle hook, and that's McLaughlin's eel. Now, what we do is this, because I'm going to mention a lot about the current here, because if you put your bait into Western Port and the bait spins, picture it 24 metres down and a shark comes up to it looking at it, if it's spinning, it's not natural, you won't touch it. So you've got to just make sure that your bait drifts in the water and it's perfectly straight. If it's spinning like a helicopter, please bring it back up and make it aeronautical, so to speak. Put a point on it, like a skinny triangle, so it does swim correctly. Now, and all we do is drop it straight out, 24 metres, put in the rod holder, and the owner circle hook will do all the damage. We don't set hooks, we don't even panic. We let the rod take the shock, the owner set the hook, and we just say, stop the bus, welcome to Western Port, have a nice day.
That's on eel.
That's a gummy, yeah, look at this.
That's on. He's on.
He's on, so just take a line straight away, circle hook, and bang into him. I can take the spectacles off and just put them down for a minute. This is how good this spot is. We've got to clear the deck. Look at this. I have got 300 metres of Fireline Exceed. He'll stop in a minute. Then I've got to wind like mad and bring him straight back to the boat. Here we go. Oh. I am fighting a big fish here and a massive wall of water. Western Port is cranking. Big tides. Oh yeah, shaking her head around. Stopping the bus here with Matt the Genie Sini and Jason Kennedy. Absolutely loving it. Penn, let the battle begin. Yeah. Now that the fish is pretty much up and down, I'll just check that drag. I'll probably back it off just a little bit now. Up and down fighting. We want to guide her head through the current into our net. Matt's just getting some more lines out now. Gummies, they're a strange thing. When you're onto them, you're onto them. And I'm not talking about big numbers. Like, they don't come through like a school of whiting or salmon. Trust me on this. But geez, if you're onto one, you know there might be one or two others ones down there. Oh yeah, she saw the boat then. She just saw the Hella Marine boat. Here we go, Matty. Oh, that is an absolute cracker. Look at that. Drags off. Drags off. Look at that. Woo! I love you. I tell you what, pen let the battle begin. Owner circle hooks, get them, and come here with a man called Matt Cini from Real Time Fishing. If you want to target the big girls in the grey suits, let's get her out of the net and have a good Captain Cook at her. I love Melbourne.
Well, JK, well done, my boy.
This is what they call them gummy sharks.
All right, I got the tail now.
Look at that. Like, if she opens her mouth, there's no teeth in there, okay? Absolutely none. So they go around, they're eating crabs, but the most
smell,
beautiful
Jace,
thing
the
about
smell,
it,
they smell everything.
But you see those white? You got it now, Matt.
Yeah,
Those,
I've
just
got it,
those
yeah.
white dots across their flanks here. They're beautiful fish. We're going to get a couple of shots for. We're going to get a couple of shots for Facebook, and then we're going to put her back. But
one thing that I love about these, Jace, is you get a real close up of their eye. That
snake.
Beautiful, snake eye. It's just beautiful. No, she's fantastic. She's a very healthy fish. She's not full of pups, but she's definitely got pups in there, and she's destined to go back and swim, so we can catch her again another day.
Now, Facebook/Jason Kenny to a fishing trip. I don't mind. Questions, send them through. But right now, I have to get this girl back.
I reckon you could probably just about let her go, mate. She's pretty great. She's pretty fiery. Maybe I'll.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, pass her in for a sec.
Yeah, she's firing now, Maddie.
Yep.
Oh, God.
All right, let's get number 2. And
Yes.
it doesn't get much better than this beautiful sunrise
It's just
in
up.
Western Port, mate.
We are so lucky doing this show. Aren't we?
Yeah, we are, mate. It's fantastic. Yep, it is. She hasn't taken any line yet. Oh, that's a gummy. Hasn't woken up yet. We just finished letting go a beautiful 15-kilo fish, and not even a minute later, we are up. Oh, see those big lunges? We're up tight again with another fish. Now, they don't always do that big screaming run. They can be quite lazy sometimes, which is pretty much what this fish is doing. This is a heavy fish too, by the way. It's not a small fish. It just hasn't taken any big runs. We're coming up to the end of the tide here today in Western Port. We've got a high tide about 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, now it wants to go, look. She just woke up. Do you know what this reminds me of? When I got my 30-kilo one. It never took a run, and it just done this. Now, there's a saying in fishing. There's the shocker there, right there. Oh, look at it. It's fantastic. It's about the same size as Jason's. Yep, coming up, coming up. Go roll in the head, straight in the head. That's it, get it in the net. Oh, right, we've got batteries flying everywhere.
It is all happening. We just had a minor setback. The cameraman got smashed. He's no young chicken, our cameraman.
And the battery came flying out.
The battery's off the actual spotlight, but I tell you what, that is what it's all about, Matthew. The camera can get fixed. Exactly. This is an adrenaline moment.
This beautiful bay has done it for us again. We've got another lovely fish, a little bit smaller than the last one, probably a kilo smaller, and didn't take those big screaming runs like we said. Just dogged it out under the boat and cooperated in the boat for us in the net, besides nearly drowning poor Poppy on the camera there. So when we let him go, nice and calm, what I tend to do is, if you can, my boat's pretty high, but I grab her around the top of the head like that and just lower her gently. Just duck the head under the water like that. There's a lot of... Oh, see, she's kicking already. And we probably can just about turn her around because she's young and fit, and there she goes. And she's gone like last week's pay.
G'day, welcome to this week's Tackle Talk. I'm John Bell, and I've got an exciting new product in the slow jigging market. It's called the Squiddo. You can see it there. By its name suggests, it has the profile of a squid with that long head, the tentacles. But what sets this jig apart from most other slow jigs is not only can you use it in this format by just dropping it to the bottom, putting the rod in the rod holder, or using a very slow a rod jig action. The twin assist hooks at the back obviously are there to catch the fish. But with this jig, you have the ability to add to the hook with the little grub keeper a soft bait. So we can just pin that little gulp belly strip bait on the back there. And now we've got a jig that not only has a fantastic slow action, but it also has the attributes of the soft plastic and the scent and taste that delivers. So to some degree, I guess it looks like a squid that's trapped a fish, or just a big, long, flexible bait pulsing at the bottom. This is an awesome jig. It's got that beautiful pivot motion where you've got your soft bait on, lots of action. Those things are going to create havoc amongst the snapper fishery next season. So look for the new Squiddo jig on the berkeleyfishing.com.au webpage. You can also like us on our Facebook page, Berkeley Fishing Australia. You can share what you've been catching and we will share with you what we've been catching on these awesome new jigs. Thanks for watching Tackle Talk, and with Berkeley, catch more fish.
Fishing Trip is also brought to you by Coffs Coast Sport Fishing, Coffs Harbour, New South Wales. Mako Sunglasses, our first choice. Mako. Fluger, quality since 1881. Shakespeare, makers of the famous Ugly Stick. And Abu Garcia for life. This series on Fishing Trip, we're giving away a magnificent 55-inch big screen TCL TV. To enter, go to fishingtrip.com.au and in 25 words or less, tell us what you'd watch on your big screen TV. Thanks to TCL for creative life. Now, one of my biggest concerns about doing Fishing Trip is making sure we do the right thing, whether it be bag limits, size limits, seasons, and of course not fishing in marine parks. Now, there's a company called marinezones.com.au have made sure the latter will never happen again. For under $3 and for iPhone users, you can download this app. And in Queensland at the moment, they've got every marine park and green zone plotted. So if you go into any zone where you shouldn't be fishing, your alarm goes off in your mobile phone. It's pretty smart thinking. Now, if you're on the Great Barrier Reef and you're 200 k's offshore and you know you've got no coverage with Telstra or any other carrier, it doesn't matter. This app solely and purely works off the big birds in the sky, and what I'm talking about is the satellites. So if you go into any wrong zone where you shouldn't be fishing, where you're going to be embarrassed if your friends find out, or the government gets you, forget about it, you might even lose your boat and your license. Download this app for under $3. It's pretty simple. www.marinezones.com.au. I've got it when I fish Queensland and it's coming down the coast as soon as I speak. It might be in New South Wales by the time this goes to where? And Victoria. Grab it while it's so cheap. It'll make you save time on the water and of course make sure you do the right thing. Now, we've stopped gummy shark fishing. I've got 2 rods and I know I'm pretty much playing with fire because with these whiting come on, forget about it. One just goes out the back. Let that sit there. And this other rod, this is the Abu Garcia Veritas. Now, what this is, bear with me, sit there. I'm under 3 kilo rod. Now we're fishing about 14.5, 15 metres of water. This is nanotechnology, living proof that nanotechnology's really kicked into Australian fishing. Little sinker, and we've got 8-pound leader with a little pippy, there we go. Pippy on the owner circle hook. Now, I've got 3-pound exceed fire line. Now when we're gummy fishing, fish on, good. When we're gummy fishing, we're using 30-pound. Once again, we can get deeper now with less lead in Western Port because the fire line exceed, and this is why I choose it, it's thinner. Simple sense, isn't it? Catch more fish.
The whiting are biting and they're very exciting. Oh, JK's getting a nibble. Oh, that's a nice whiting.
That's a great whiting, Matthew.
You got smashed there, JK.
Yeah.
That's a lovely, probably 37 centimetre whiting. And what's going to happen now is, because we haven't got the burley out, the more rods we put out and the more we start catching them, That's another bite over there, Jace. The pippies is our only burley, so we need to work hard. We need to check our baits every couple of minutes, and we need to keep working. Here we go. Oh, he's reefed me. Oh, you
Yes.
bugger. Oh, no, he hasn't. Oh, yes, he has.
Too much talking, not enough fishing.
Oh, bugger. You got him,
Yes.
JK's on.
Ooh. Now, you just heard Matt say about reefing in. There is a little bit of growth beneath this, so I'm going to keep the rod up high, get the fish away from the bottom. Obviously, this is a good fish, Matt. Oh,
Oh, I got reefed as well.
Believe me, this is a good fish in 14.5 metres of water. 3 pound line, 8 pound leader. And this is the Berkeley drop shot. Another great outfit. And I've pretty much done a lot of fishing with the drop shots over the years, more so for soft plastics. And they work okay with the bait. Now, you saw us hook the gummies up, well, you saw the gummies hook themselves up. These Warden do the same thing with these owner circle hooks. We're talking it up for a reason. They work. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
he's a nice fish, Jace.
Geez, I tell you what, he's green.
Beautiful,
Green.
mate.
There we go. Look at that. That is a stonker.
Oh, yes.
There's the owner circle hook. There's the Maltese circle hook just here. Sorry, told me Maltese.
The Maltese Falcon, JK, they call me, and I'm with the big ranger. The ranger from the west.
Judy the Senior, whatever you call yourself. But that is fantastic. I can't believe this. Just to kick it off, get a couple of gummies very early, and now to get a couple of King George whiting. Now, what's the most important thing? Keep fishing for them.
Well, I literally have not got a rod in the water, and they're going nuts. So we need to get to work and get
Look at
these
that.
fish in the boat.
Great. I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen. Oh, here we go now. Now, just wait for that load up. There we go. I need weight. And then I'll just slowly lift up this hook. There we go, he's on. Keep him up high.
Nice work.
And that's just putting out the a bit of burley now, pilchards. So we're going to attract them even more. The Matt's got 3 rods, he's been a bit of a guts. I've gone down the 1, and I cut my teeth catching King George whiting with Roger Ellis, and Roger be watching down at Port Albert in Victoria. Oh, he's a good fish too.
Oh, yes, lovely.
He's a good fish. Come here, mate. Yeah, so Roger the Lizard Ellis, if you watch him, I know I was a little red-headed punk when I was a kid, fished on your little 15-foot half cabin. But I tell you what, I'm doing my own fishing show now, Roger. Blokes like you and blokes like Matt have shown me the finer art of how to catch these King George whiting, and I highly recommend, if you don't like the blue, and what I mean by that is if you get a bit seasick, bear with me, circle hooks are dynamite. I think we've said it a lot on tonight's show. But if you don't like the blue, grab your family, your wife, your kids, your mother-in-law if you have to, and just grab a charter off Matty and do this. It's about 5 minutes from Hastings boat ramp. It's a calm day and you'll get your 20 fish. There's a big clue boy, I'll keep coming back. Well, g'day, welcome to motackle.com.au, and a big welcome to this bloke. This is Darren Ryan, who works here at Fishing Tackle Australia in Coffs Harbour, the world's largest tackle store. Now we're going to talk about reels, from the small to the large.
That's it, mate. Reels like from a 1,000 size right to the 130 pound game reels.
Now Motackle are very good at guaranteeing one thing and one thing only. What's that, mate?
That is, mate, we won't be beaten on price.
So if you get a quote for any fishing gear, not just reels, any fishing gear, accessories, rods, the whole 9 yards, and if these guys can't beat that price, it's free. FREE, and that's guaranteed. Daz, what's that website one more time to save a lot of money on fishing gear?
www.motackle.com.au.
For all reels, great and small, and all gear. motackle.com.au.
G'day viewers, I'm Rick Massey from Strike Pro, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a new lure in the Strike Pro range, the bob and spoon. The bob and spoon is a unique lure because it's a new take on an old design. Unlike the old metal Toby style spoons that were available in the past that were metal, this is a Toby style spoon which is plastic, and then it's hollow in the centre, so it's actually chocker full of rattles. So it also rattles once it's going through the water. The bob and spoon is a very versatile lure, as this lure can be cast retrieved as we're doing today. It can also be jigged vertically for bass, redfin, yellow belly around timber structure. That was the Strike Pro bob and spoon, a very versatile lure. As I said, apart from being cast retrieved, it can be bobbed, it can be jigged, it can be trolled. Look out for this lure on our website, and there's also plenty of hot tips on how to use this and many of the other Strike Pro lures in our range. I'm Rick Massey from Strike Pro. I'll see you next week with some more hot lure tips.
We've been trying to work 2 rods.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
Forget about it.
I'm on as well, Jace.
Now, oh, here we go. Now you're allowed 20 of these fish per angler. So we're going to do our best, but we'll just try and go around the head there. Bit of rough texture.
And the more we catch, Jace, the more, notice how they're starting to come on? As they come up the water column, they actually spit out all the pippy out of their mouth, and it creates a bit of a feeding frenzy. Just simply take that off. Always grab a whiting around the head. If you grab it anywhere else, it'll just keep slipping out of your hand. So straight around the head.
Now, to the official scorer on retiring this rod, because I know what's going to happen now. You drive yourself absolutely up and down and over the wall.
Oh, it is good to concentrate, mate, on one
so
rod.
I'm going down the one rod. This one's going away.
I'm used to looking after 6 people on the boat, and occasionally I might get 6 kids, so I'm used to casting out 6 rods, but I've always got the help of them bringing them in. So,
well, there were 2 promises on tonight's show, and this bloke and myself have delivered both of them. A couple of nice garbies, King George whiting covered, and I hope you learn a thing or two how to fish Western Port here in Victoria. A big thanks to Matt the Genie Senior. Matt, what's your website?
www.realtimefishing.com.au.
For the best fisherman in Melbourne, you're listening to him. Not me, Matt Seedy. Thanks for watching Fishing Trip. I'm Jason Kennedy. See you next week. This program was brought to you by Penn. Let the battle begin. Mo Tackle. Visit motackle.com.au for Australia's cheapest tackle, guaranteed. Strike Pro Lures, casting into the future. Halla Marine, vision and innovation. And Berkeley, catch more fish.